Award.
Thanks, Mike. I'd like to thank God for this opportunity, HBO, the commitment, the sacrifices they made to bring this fight to us, the MGM grant, Mr. Stern. We appreciate Rock Nation, our promoter, Jay-Z, Dez, all of those that's in the background supporting Mike. And definitely like to thank Mike. He's been on the line of duty doing a great job. Antonio Leonard is in the house. We appreciate you, Tony, and all that you do. And you know, the list goes on and on. I feel really grateful for this opportunity. And I speak on behalf of Team War. We've been looking forward to this day. It's here, and I'm gonna deal with the elephant in the room. This is Russia versus the United States of America is what we're dealing with. Russia versus the United States of America. And in my opinion, the best of Russia can't beat the best of the United States of America in nothing. So, I just need that to be said. Yeah, it is what it is. The best of Russia can't beat the United States of America in nothing. And that's what's happening. You know, we have a Russian fighter over here, Kovalev. Hey, we respect your fight game. You're a great fighter. And you remind me of Go Live. We have my man Andre Ward over here, whom I consider David. I don't know if y'all understand that story, Go Live and David, but that's what we're dealing with right here. And come Saturday night, we're gonna have an opportunity to see the modern day David, which is Andre Ward, defeat Go Live. Now, I mentioned this in the last press conference in New York, and Ms. Duber, she said to me when she got up to the podium that Andre Ward don't have a sword. That's correct. Or a slingshot, either one of them, or a stone. But she missed the real substance of the story where David and Goliath is concerned. She missed the anointing that is on David. You know, his obedience. You know what I mean? All of these different spiritual realms where David was concerned. And he's gonna fight the SOG. You know what I mean? That's the son of God, if y'all didn't know. That's Andre Ward. So, no, we don't have a sword. So we can't cut his head off and raise it up as David did, like Andre Ward gonna raise the belts up come Saturday night.
All right.
But we plan on beating the head up so bad until you're gonna need all type of instruments to fix it. Thank you.
I told you it'd be good. Well, let's stick with Team Ward right now. I'd like to bring up, both of these fighters, they both have really, really outstanding trainers. So let me bring up the trainer for Andre Ward, Mr. Virgil Hunter.
Great to be here. Glad to be participating in an event like this, as I said yesterday, I've been saying. And glad to see everybody here. I've been here for many fights and see the media on the field for this event. It really makes me feel good. I'd like to thank Peter Nelson and HBO and their staff, my Rap-A-Lot family. I'd like to thank Mr. Stern for all he's done, Lyda. And I'd also like to thank the press, no matter who you choose to win, who you choose to push forward. That's your prerogative, and you most certainly deserve it. I didn't really want to come up too much today. You know, I turned 63 last Wednesday, and it's no secret now that, you know, I've worked with youth all of my professional career. I was just reflecting last night on, I can remember some young men, 13 that I knew, and buried them at 15. And, you know, I've seen it all. So it does have an emotional effect on me when it comes to young men. And, you know, I realize that even the age of Sergey and Andre, they're young men to me. And watching that my fight and what Sergey had to endure, it really touched me. And I'm not up here just saying this just to be saying it. It really touched me deeply. And, you know, my heart went out to him. Of course, everybody now knows Andre's background. It's been 8 weeks and a lot of things have come out, and we've chosen to keep quiet for the various reasons that we need to keep quiet, because things fly around pretty quick, and until you can get everybody in the room, it's always a mystery to what actually is really going on. I had the great pleasure yesterday of doing a ring debate with Coach Jackson, and even though he has sniped me and questioned, you know, my credentials, which he's entitled to, I walked away from that debate with respect for him. I never had disrespect for him, but I had more respect for him. So I was sort of alluding to yesterday that, you know, I was troubled by a few things, some things that I had observed in the camp, whether Sergey listens to Coach Jackson or not, when it comes to, you know, doing things his way. So imagine getting up this morning and realizing within myself that we heard about, you know, the troubles in Russia, and how Sergey was, you know, overwhelmed with family and friends and things, and selling the tickets and things like that, and it didn't allow him to put on the performance that was expected of him. Although we do have to give Isaac Shalimba a lot of credit with the attitude to come to win. We do have to give him a portion of the credit. I think what disturbs me most is that Coach Jackson didn't get there till the week before the fight. Now, Ms. Dougal, with all respect, in New York, introduced Coach Jackson as the best trainer in boxing. And I'm trying to figure out in my mind, why would you leave the best trainer in boxing behind until the week before the fight? So maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know, but that seems to be the case. And it's not airing out trash, it's leaving questions to be asked. I can't answer it. And if I am wrong, then I'll even feel better about it. As I said yesterday, the respect that I gained from Coach Jackson yesterday, and being in the coaching fraternity is a very difficult fraternity. And so I tend to align myself with every coach because it's so tough. So that's the case. Also, and you know, this is real, it's not easy to get out because, again, looking at how Sergey lost his dad, man, early. All these things affect you when you're young. You know, I never came up around my real father, and I often wondered, you know, what would I have been? Maybe if he'd been there. I'm thankful for how things turned out. I had a great stepdad, and he was really the only dad that I knew. And this is a 50-50 fight, but the pay doesn't reflect that. How does the challenger get a boatload of money, but the champion don't? I don't understand that. I think those are some questions that need to be asked. And everybody here say, well, you're doing, no, it's not like that. I'm really torn by it because, again, until you've been in my shoes and have worked with young men and seen the sufferings of things, you never know. But I don't understand it. Maybe he was fine with it, or maybe it's not true, and that would be the best news I can get. But again, I might just be blowing smoke and rattling, and when I'm saying rattling up here, because it is something that really bothered me. And call me weird or whatever you want to call me, or later on if you have to remark on what I've said today, you're entitled to remark the way you want to remark. But if everybody's fine with it, then I'm fine with it. But it did bother me. Getting to the fight, I believe it's going to be a great fight. And I believe that Sergey is everything that they say he is. He's a dangerous opponent. He's coming intending to win. We've seen him do things to opponents that when they step in the ring, they shiver. And I think that he carries that persona with him justifiably. So really it's up to us to, dilute that situation. So I'm looking forward to November 19th. And I'd like to see all these, Sergey's 33 now, Andre's 32. This is an age in boxing when you're looking for your exit strategy. So when you make a remark that there was a time when fighters were courageous and not cynical businessmen, I think that takes us back to the 40s or the 50s. You fight, I'll do your business, and then when you finish fighting, you look up and you don't have no money. But in the meantime, my grandkids going to college on your blood, sweat, and tears. And in the meantime, you can take a bow at the next fight 10 years from now, and everybody tell you how great you were and how they enjoyed your fighting, but you don't have no money. So I encourage all fighters to be cynical businessmen. Don't be a robot. And it's easy from the foreign countries to get that type of fighter and pay them what you want to pay them. And they should be happy with it. And if that's the case, so be it. But I just encourage them all to be businessmen, and you have a right to be a businessman. In other sports, athletes are businessmen. You're no longer robots. It just saddens me because I came through the civil rights era. I came through all during that time. I'm a very avid historical reader of all the major events that took place in Russia, from Nikita Khrushchev to Stalin to Brezhnev to Putin. I remember the Bay of Pigs very well. My father was on the USS Ranger, the aircraft carrier, and I can remember my mother telling us, it could possibly be a war, a nuclear war. And here you are, 9 years old, 10 years old, and you're hearing that. That's a spooky, spooky thing. So I became very entrenched in Soviet history as a result of that. And I love the Spetsnaz, some of the toughest cats you ever seen in your life. And the story of how they developed in war, in World War II with Hitler, how they had to go and disarm that big gun that he brought within firing range of the Soviet territory. So it's a lot of historical things that accompany that. And I'm sorry if I got off track a little bit from the fight. Sometimes when I get emotional about certain things, I can go here and go there. But I would encourage all promoters, treat your fighters fairly. Don't hoodwink them. And don't keep them robots. And don't keep them, encourage them and teach them how to be businessmen. And, if you have a champion, he deserves a champion's ration. Again, hopefully I'm wrong. Thank you.
Thank you, Virgil. Well, let's bring up a gentleman who hasn't heard this word in quite a while in his career. The word is challenger, because the titles are on the line and he's challenging for them. But as we all know, this fight really is about somebody's always got to go. 2 undefeated fighters. This is about who moves up into that position of pound for pound, the best in the world. And that's probably what you're going to get at the end of this fight. So let's bring up the official challenger. Undefeated since he was 13 years old, captured Olympic gold. His record now, 30 victories, 15 wins by knockout. 2-time world champion, Andre Ward.
I want to thank everybody that's here today, the media, all my sponsors, obviously, MGM Grand and a great team that put this fight together. HBO. Man, I was off to the side trying to mind my own business, and Kathy Dewar woke me up. You know, she started talking. I don't know why she keeps doing that, but it's interesting that the ones that are not getting that ring are the ones that are doing the most talking. They're not feeling those punches. And so she can keep doing what she's doing. You know, I love it. You know, that's what a big promotion is all about. That's what a big fight is all about. We're not supposed to like each other. You know, his side has been doing a lot of talking, and that's fine. We love it. It's okay. It's not our first rodeo. We've been down this road before. We don't always respond right away because, and sometimes our silence is misinterpreted as we don't understand or we don't get it. No, we get it. We watch. We take notes. But in the meantime, we keep working, and then we produce come fight back. That's what we specialize in. So all the talking is great. I love it. But know one thing, I'm not taking no mess come Saturday night. I'm gonna be there. Thank you very much.
I told you, honesty is the best policy. You've heard a lot of honesty today. But clearly Saturday is going to be an epic night. Ward versus Kovalev is without a doubt going to be the fight of the year in boxing. We all know that. Rock Nation is proud to be part of it. It's in our DNA to promote big global events, and we are honored that after working on this fight for the better part of the last year, we have finally arrived at the moment of truth. There are a lot of organizations and people that have helped this event, and I'd like to thank all of them. First and foremost, Team Ward, including James Prince, Josh Dubin, who I probably have been on the phone with no less than 10 times a day for the last 100 days. Josh, we appreciate your support. And of course, Virgil Hunter. Peter Nelson and Tony Walker from HBO for bringing this fight to a global audience. Richard Sturm and Sid Greenfeig of MGM, as well as T-Mobile Arena GM Dan Quinn for hosting this event at a world-class facility. Kathy Dewar and her team at Main Events, who have been our partners on this fight from the very beginning. Last but certainly not least, the city of Las Vegas, the spiritual home of the biggest events in boxing and the rightful setting for a fight that will change the face of the sport for many years to come. Thank you for coming out today, and please enjoy Saturday night's fight. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Well, it's time to hear from Team Kovalev. And here to start things off for Team Kovalev is the manager for Sergey, Mr. Egis Klimas.
Thank you, Michael, for introduction. Thank you, everybody, to be here. Media, without you, nobody will know where we're going and what we're doing. So thank you very much, media. Wanted to thank our promoter, Main Events. Kathy Dewar did a very, very good job bringing us to this stage, to this big fight. MGM, Grand, very
very good host. Thank you very much. Appreciated being here. HBO pay-per-view showing that ball to the whole audience in America. I hope I didn't miss anybody else. Of course, very, very proud to represent one of the best fighters in the world, and hopefully that we're gonna see that on Saturday night, who's a pound-for-pound boxer. I hate when trainers, managers, promoters start talking what it's gonna be and how it's gonna be beat each other, because we are the ones who's going to be stepping out of the ring. None of the promoters, none of the managers, none of the trainers can understand what is gonna happen in the ring. It's only two warriors who's gonna be in the ring, and today we have two best light heavyweight fighters in the world who's gonna be showing Saturday night who is a pound-for-pound fighter. Enjoy. Saturday night will bring us, I hope, the best show we've been seeing in the years. Thank you very much.
Ladies. Well, like I said, we have two great trainers in opposing camps, and let's bring up the trainer for Sergey Kovalev, a former world champion, Mr. John David Jackson.
Hello everyone, it's good to see the press here. I want to thank two different groups. First I want to thank Main Events Promotions. These women in Main Events, plus my man Joe, are truly some of the greatest people in the world. If you want to find a promotional company that will treat you fairly, all fighters and across the board, and give you what you deserve in boxing, go see them. Number two, I'd like to thank all the press that is out here for this event. It's truly wonderful to see some of the people that, with their words, either can help boxing swim or sink. And your words help a lot. Sometimes some of you don't help us as much as we like to be helped, but it's so grateful I'm so grateful to see that all of you out here, because we need this to keep boxing striving and to keep going forward. It's a wonderful, beautiful sport. Sometimes it can get funky, but all in all, it's a wonderful, beautiful sport. I want to thank all of you that came out to support and write your words down for this wonderful fight. As far as the fight is concerned, both sides said certain things, and all the talk will stop soon. Saturday, when the day gets here, it's two individuals, Sergey Kovalev and Andre Ward. When they step in the ring, who walks out number one, we'll leave that up to them. Two things I just want to talk about. Yesterday, when someone from the press asked about Sergey Kovalev and Andre Ward's last fight, I didn't really think about that much to really answer the way I should have, but I will answer it this way. One fight does not define a fighter's career. That last fight for both fighters, it was what it truly was, a tune-up. As many the opponent was, they did what they were supposed to do. They both won convincingly, and to make this fight happen here. So you get to leave it that way. And the report, I can't remember what was that asked that, but that's the answer to your question. One fight does not define a fighter's career. Number two is a question that Mr. Hunter asked. And yes, brother, I do respect you and your fighter and your team. Some things I do say is to get above someone's head, but when it all boils down to it, I do respect these people, because they're very good people, wonderful gentlemen, and the whole team is very good. They're very professional. So to answer his question was that in the last fight, it's a two-part question. He said I was there for a week. I would love to tell you that where you got your information from, it was bad information. I was there longer than 2 weeks. Longer than, you said a week, longer than 2 weeks I was there. Longer than 3 weeks. So whoever said I was there for a week, I'm glad they said that. It makes it look like we're a bad team. I love that. But to answer your question about the cohesiveness of our team, whatever goes on in camp, whatever this agreement we may have that people say we have, I want you to remember this, all the writers out here. Come fight night. We will act the same way that we came in, undefeated, and he wins every fight. He wins the way he's supposed to win it. He does everything that I ask of him. So, with that said, I look forward to November 19th. I'll see you there. Thank you very much.
Well, at this time, let's bring up the undefeated, reigning and defending WBA, WBO, IBF light heavyweight champion of the world from Chelyabinsk, Russia, Dame и господа, Sergey Crusher Kovalev.
Hi everybody, I'm very glad to be here. Very nice, really. Maybe even like 2-3 years ago, I can't imagine that I can get this level and fight under world undefeated boxer and Olympic champion, gold medalist. And very big respect him for his success in the pro, in the amateur career. It's really great success, but right now we're facing each other and I should prove that I'm better. And also, I would like to thanks a lot to HBO and personally Peter Nelson, my promoter, Katie Du and many events promotions, and Egis Klimas, and to my sponsor, Hublot. And also, I really hope that our fight will be very clear and honest and to win best of us. Like, really like this fight, very excited and a little nervous because I never was on this level. HBO pay-per-view is the highest level in the pro boxing, and I'm very happy to be here and welcome to the screens of TVs, November 19th, and T-Mobile Arena. You will see a very great fight. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Happy to comments for main events, please.